Hello everybody. Today is day 4 to my challenge week and we're going to be recycling today. I got a can here and I'm going to show you really quick how to open a can. So you get a cutter and you start here on the top. Put the cutter in. It's not going in. And start cutting it around. This is going to be a fall project, you guys, that you can also use for, you know, a Christmas decoration as well. Sorry about the noise. Kind of gets really loud. Really, sorry you guys. It really bothers me, this noise, so I assume it bothers a lot of people. And we'll take out the rest of the water that's in here. Always rinse out your cans, especially if you're saving them, you guys, because they can be really smelly when you open them up, especially the beer ones. So here I went along the seam line, which is usually where the ingredients are, and just cut straight down. And then I'm going to cut all the way around. Okay, and these guys here, you can put them away and save them for something. I'm sure we can find a use for those. So now that we have our can open, I'm going to grab it here and be very careful of these little things here. And I want to cut this straight, because once it is straight, you are not going to have problems cutting yourself. Okay, now this is perfectly straight and it's not going to be, you know, it's perfectly fine. It's these little slivers here of, you know, the can that's sticking out where you first cut it, because your first cut is going to be very rough. Okay, and the sides are pretty much clean. Okay, so there we have a can that's open. I'm going to get rid of these guys. And you should always have something on the bottom here. It's just a you know, a little dishcloth here. And I'm going to turn it and dry it off. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a leaf really fast. And I'll explain to you guys that I am going to be cutting them with the Big Shot. Now, naturally, you guys can cut these by hand pretty easily. I'm just a little bit too lazy. I don't like fussy cutting. I have the Big Shot. Why not use it? So I'm going to I'll be right back. Here's a little sliver hanging out, which can be very cutting. So I got my Big Shot right here behind me. And cut away. Oops, let me turn this around because I can't crank it. There we go. Cuts very, very easily, you guys, on the Big Shot. And there we have it. Like I said, leaves can be cut by hand. They're not very hard to cut. Okay, so we got that done. This can be taken away as well, too. And the cutter, where's the top to it? Right here. Okay, this is kind of like a boring can, but you know, I got cans like this that would be beautiful, you know, to do decorations with just the can right here. Okay, so what we're going to do next is get the glue. Now at this point I could use the can the way it is, because we're working with alcohol inks today. I'm going to put you guys just a touch closer. Okay. And I'm just going to put, you know, normal white glue on one side. Now what I did before, with the same die, I cut paper with the same shapes, right? So we have the shape here. Let me see here. I got to get this down. Can you guys see that? Put it right over there. And I'm going to line it up. only because these were cut with the same machine, and you know I have the same form as I do as the cans. So if you're going to be cutting them by hand, what you can do is just lay over a piece of paper and then turn it around and cut around. But seeing that I have everything cut already, I told you I'm lazy. I don't like fussy cutting. Oh dear. Yeah, today my washing machine broke down. It was so fun. I went over there. I was over here for a bit, and then I went and I said, okay, the washing machine must have finished by now. I'm going to go hang out the clothes because I do not have a dryer. And I went there, and there was no sign of life. Everything was turned off. There was no lights, nothing. So, you know, I'm getting extension cords. I'm trying another plug because here we are having problems with our plugs. And, you know, the sockets in the walls. In fact, an electrician has to come, hopefully soon, and change all the wires in the house. So there we have it, okay? Now, what I did before is I got a few ready, but I did the mistake of putting gel medium on before this step. So as you're going to let this dry, and here I have one that's already dry. It's a different shape, always the same dye. It's I think it's an Alterations dye by Tim Holtz. It has these beautiful leaves. And I went ahead and put gel medium on them, and then I couldn't do this because they had really gotten hardened. So at this point, you're going to let the glue dry, you're going to put it on a mat, and you're going to give your leaf a form. And this way, you know, how can you call this? What do you call this? Emboss it? Now the glue wasn't really dry on this one. As you can see, the paper's kind of ripping off here. But just to show you guys that this step has to be done now after the glue has been dried, because with the gel medium I noticed that it really hardened, and I do have a heavyweight gel medium, so maybe that was the case as well too. And so you're going to give this leaf a form. You know, just give it to the veins the way, you know, what a leaf should have, right? Okay, and then when you're finished with this, when you're finished doing this, at this point you're going to put gel medium on it. Now the reason why we're putting gel medium on it is because if I put alcohol ink straight on the paper is going to soak it all up, and it's not going to give it a nice effect. So, and the gel medium will let it, you know, run like the way an alcohol ink should run. Yeah, this is much better. This is the first one I'm trying just with glue, huh? And it works much better. So yeah, at this point you have to get the leaf, let it dry, and do what you have to do here. I know that there's an embossing thing for these leaves, I think. The embossing things that come with the machine, right? So there we go. Okay. Now, this is the one that I had prepared that had gel medium, and I had a hard time, you know, getting it. Like, it's nice and hard. See that? It has a nice form to a leaf. Okay. I really like the idea of putting a book page underneath it. You will be able to see some of that writing. And now we're going to put some alcohol ink on this. So this is a first tryout for me, guys. And I'm going to set these ones aside here. And put this one here. Okay, so now I'm going to get my, where is it? I just prepared everything here. What happened to it? Here it is. My blending tool, and I'm going to put this color. This is an Italian mark. It's called Havana. Hope this works, you guys. Okay, so we're going to put a bit of that. I have a Tim Holtz one here that's called Butterscotch. We're going to put a bit of that. Willow. Okay, and now we're going to put a bit of the alcohol solution for, okay, and we're going to go at it. You're probably better off holding it in your hand and just giving it some color like that. Now, like I said, this could be used throughout Christmas as well too, like as a decoration. And we can make wreaths with this. We can use them to decorate packages. We can use them to make a table center. You know, you use your fantasy and just go for it. I'm going to put some more. Actually, you know what? I wanted to add just a touch of green. Come on. What's wrong with these bottles? Sometimes they... Oh, man. Okay, the green's out of the question. I'll get one of my homemade ones. I want to see... Here we go. But I am going to have to open up a syringe, because this is the way I'm pulling mine out. I got to buy one of those, couple of those thingamabobbers, those little tools that you guys use. I don't know what they're called. What are they called? Don't know. Okay, so I'm going to put a bit of air in the syringe. Yep, this is the way I have to take my alcohol inks out, you guys. And I'm just going to put some over here and set this aside right there. Now after this, if we find that it's too matte, I would go over it with some varnish. You can even spray it. Okay, now I'm going to do the other side, which is going to be a bit harder because it's already got a nice form to it, but we'll work it out. And some Havana. I love this color, Havana, and I think I'm finishing it. Oops. And some blending solution, and we're going to get in there in the middle. Oh, everything's rolling around here. I'm so neat and tidy, you guys. It's not funny. I'm a total mess. Oh my goodness. I'm so disorganized. You guys would be, you know, I got to film my room. You guys have to have a laugh and see what I'm up to in this room. Like everything's all over the place. I know I continuously say it and I do nothing. Well, I do try to tidy up once in a while, but it just gets back to the normal again. So there we have a leaf. Now we can go darker too. You know, I feel like putting in just a touch of, just a touch more of red. Let me see here. And then again, it probably depends on what kind of leaf you're doing. You know, I don't know. This is sangria. I don't know, you know, the colors of the leaves and things like that, what colors they're supposed to turn. I don't remember any of that. Oh, you know, this is a nice coral, actually. I'm going to try coral. And do that. But you see what happened, you guys? The gel solution, the gel medium, worked very well. Now, if you don't have gel medium, I'm positive that you can even put your white glue on top of it, seal it up, so that way the paper's not going to, you know, pick it up. Yeah, just making a big, huge mess here. And this thing is, these aren't the original ones. I cut these out to, it's just soaked with color. I'm probably putting too much color in. get a nice clean one here, because I do want to try another leaf with you guys. Okay, so there we go. There's one of them. Now if we want to go over that, actually I want to see what happens if I pour it on here. Nothing much. This one goes on here. I notice, you guys, you got to be careful on not, changing the tops on the alcohol inks, because that will, it'll change the color of the alcohol as well too, because the top is already dirty with its own color. Now, if you guys go to Kelly Morton, she does these beautiful leaves with embossing powder. They're simply beautiful. And she was doing them on paper, and then she did another video where she bought normal leaves from the dollar store. So you can do that as well too. You can buy normal leaves at the dollar store. You know, she had these beautiful maple leaves. And she worked with those as well too. She worked, embossing them and adding color onto them and everything. Oh dear, how did she do that? Just a second. So I think she colored it first and then she embossed it. Yeah, which I can emboss this as well too, or we can go ahead and just put on, some nice varnish on top of that. Okay, now the colors here didn't turn out. I did a boo-boo putting in that coral thing. I'm just going to put some more butterscotch and willow. See if it'll tone it down a bit, that red. Some solution. Yeah, it's not. Come on, buddy. Cooperate with me, please, today. Not cooperating. Yeah, it did a bit. But there you go. So you can see the writing underneath too, which is really, whimsical. It's really cute. So let's get another one here. No, that one's no good. Well, we're going to have to use one of these. And I'll show you what I meant about, this is already done with gel medium on the bottom, over the paper. So this is what I mean about, maybe I should get my bigger one. Probably be better. Oh, you guys, I went and bought glue tonight at that, craft store that I was telling you about. And I totally forgot to get a bigger one. I was just talking about it, and I totally forgot. I did get a couple of nice things. Actually, what I did get was this. This is for quilling. And I did used to have one, because I love making my paper beads. And it is very easy to do it on one of these, Just stick the paper in there. And the hole, for me, is a perfect size right there. Like, that's how big the hole will be inside your bead. Okay, let's continue here. Let me see if I can find that tool. If I can't, I have to use the one I have. But the one I have is a bit bigger than... I'm sorry, you guys. Yeah, so Nikki's joking around with me because we were talking on Facebook earlier. And my washing machine breaks. Our friend of ours comes and sees if he can fix it, and there's nothing that can be done unless we buy a new. Sorry, you guys, I don't know the word in English. Okay, I'm gonna try with the one I have because I can't find the other one. I can probably have it right in front of my eyes and not see it. And the mixture of all the pencils and everything. So he comes over and he's taking it apart. There's no electricity coming from anywhere, and it's the where all the electronic stuff is, and that's probably what burnt. And he's telling my husband, well, it's going to probably be about 200 euro to get a new one. And I wasn't really sure about that either, because He's a cousin of ours, and he fixes washing machines, but he admits himself he's not, with the electronics. He knows how to fix normal washing machines, like the ones that don't exist anymore, and he says ever since this electronic stuff has, come out and everything, it's been worse because things aren't simple anymore, and when these type of things break, they cost you a lot to fix. See what I'm talking about, you guys? Like, it's not, it hardened too much with the gel medium. So it is kind of curling, but it doesn't give you the nice veins. So that's why I say, do all this before you put any protection on top of your leaf. So anyways, going back to my washing machine, my husband, when he heard about that, he goes, no, 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 no. Now, my washing machine is only about 5 years old, but I always double its time because, I want to cover this needle, you guys. I always double its time because I do so many loads of washing. And no, Kathy Spears, my kids aren't going to wash their own clothes. I got to wash them for them. Yeah, right. Not happening. They say, we work, you cleaned. Like male chauvinists. No, they're not male chauvinists. They work. They don't have time, the older ones, My 18-year-old, no way, he wouldn't do it. That's for sure. Anyways, to make a long story short, my son turns around, he goes, Dad, we sell washing machines. And he goes, really? And I go, and I'm sitting there looking at him too, and I was going, really? And yeah, he sells electric domestics. Like, he sells fridges and things like that. Now, our store is a ceramic store. It's not, an appliance store or a furniture store. So he has sold appliances because he sells kitchens. But the kitchens are the ones that have all the tiling around them and everything. So, he sells his stuff. So my son had to look into it today, actually. I had to ask him. Oh, I went ahead and put that color again, and I don't like it. That coral. It's not bad, but I got to darken it up with some green. Let me see if I can get... No, not happening. Let me see if there's any more in here. Not happening. And, yeah, so we're going to see how much it costs, if it's, we only have one name brand, that's Rex. I think it's Electric Lux and Rex together. And, oh, I'm really liking this color, you guys. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, I got to get some more green on here. I'm not liking this coral. And the leaf kind of turned a bit too much. Just letting some air out of the needle. Come on. Okay. Put that aside. See if I can get some of this green on top here. Well, that's better. It's darker now. So yeah, we're going to see how much it actually costs us, because it could probably cost more than, going to a store and buying, I really like the way this curled. It looks so natural like that. But like I said, I'm not really happy about when I put, like, this one has the gel medium already on it, and it's not letting me work into it that well. Instead, if we get one that was just dried without putting any protection on it, it will emboss better. And I need my other embossing tool. This is too small, and it's not dry enough. The paper's ripping. So there you go, you guys. These are my 2 leaves. And we just recycled a can, right? And what's better than recycling? What's better than taking stuff out of the dump and using it for our art? So this theme of autumn and fall and recycling will continue tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to try to put something together tonight to show you a little project that we can do with these leaves. I'm probably going to stay up all night and do leaves, you guys. So there we go. And thank you for watching. I hope you like this project. And check out Kelly Martin because she makes beautiful leaves as well too. You can get an idea from her using, instead of, you know, cut out your own leaves or buy your leaves and do what she is doing as well too. It's always with alcohol inks, you guys. And I'm probably going to varnish these as well too. So, you know, I like that shininess sometimes of things, and you know, it'll coat better as well too. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. So thank you for watching, and everybody have a nice day. Goodbye.